discuss the use of media as a propaganda tool, actually by members of the media to push their agenda. I want to talk about political parties using schools as a propaganda tool. But first, we are in Tallulah, Louisiana at the Loves. Just got out of the shower. Chris is still in there. She's coloring her hair. Shh, I didn't tell y'all that. And as soon as I get done with this, I got some chili to make. Now, on subject. Common Core. Whoever thought of that crap? The stupidest math procedures that make absolutely no sense whatsoever and is confusing the hell out of kids. Okay, my grandson could not understand what the heck the teacher was telling him about fractions. Didn't make any sense whatsoever. We happened to be visiting that weekend, and he was completely lost. It took me 5 minutes to teach him how to do fractions. Convert fractions into decimals into fractions. 5 minutes. That's all it took. I pulled out a bunch of coins, sorted them out, showed him a quarter is $0.25, 1/4 of a dollar, and a dime is a tenth, 0.10. Showed him that. Then I started asking him a bunch of questions on it, and he had it figured out. I showed him how to add them and how to subtract them. That took about another 5 minutes. Then about 5 minutes on least common denominator. 10 minutes on multiplying. That's all it took. Now he's getting A's because he's doing it the way I showed him how to do it. But Common Core and the math is just part of the problem. Children are being educated by the PC police. I saw a video on YouTube the other night. The gentleman was talking about his kid going into kindergarten, and he was sitting there watching something on TV. And he said, "That's stupid." And his kid corrected him on using the S word. Well, I'm sorry, but if you do something stupid, it's stupid. Okay? Big difference between ignorant and stupid. If you're ignorant, you don't know any better. If you're stupid, you know better and you still do it anyway. Stupid is stupid. Period. End of story. I don't care what the PC police say. Stupid is stupid. Alright? You can keep pushing all this multiculturalist garbage on everybody, but it's ridiculous. The PC police have to stop. They have to be stopped from brainwashing the children. And that's what's happening. You get a certain party in power. They push legislation down your throat, sort of like Obamacare. They force certain legislation down your throat. They took control of the Federal Department of Education. They're all full of these union teachers and other left-wingers. Our colleges have become nothing but communist training camps. Socialism and communism. That's all they're teaching there. My niece, extremely intelligent, got a scholarship to UCLA. Had a long talk with her before she started there. She told me I wouldn't believe how they try to brainwash people. This is happening throughout our entire education system, and it's up to the parents to put a stop to it. There's a school in Tennessee, one school district, and I hate to say it, I'm from Tennessee. Thank God I'm not from that county. And I've not heard anything like this happening in the county I'm from, where they're basically pushing Sharia. Now, I look back on the Scopes Monkey trial. That was a Supreme Court case where they took religion out of schools completely. They cannot discuss creation at all. They cannot discuss Christianity at all. Yet they're discussing the 5 pillars of Islam. That's not right. The parents need to stand up and put an end to this. Go for a recall election of the school board. If it's at state level, I know where it's coming from. Memphis and Knoxville and Chattanooga. If it's at state level, same thing applies. Get these left-wingers out of it. Keep them from brainwashing the children. It's our future that's at stake. Hitler did it in the 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Now, I've mentioned before, my mother is a German citizen. I was born in Germany on a U.S. base, American soil. Right? My father was an American soldier. But I've got family in Germany. And one of my mother's uncles, which family friend uncle, was orphaned at World War II. He was forced into the Hitler Youth and exposed to the same brainwashing techniques that they're doing on our children today. He's the one that taught me about how the brainwashing works. He taught me about propaganda when I was 6 years old. If they tell you a lie often enough, it becomes a truth. Or at least you think it becomes a truth. You start to believe it. That's what they're doing. Having children stand up and sing the praises of Obama as part of the class was exactly the same thing that they were doing to the Hitler Youth, having them sing the praises of Adolf Hitler. And tomorrow I'm going to discuss the National Socialist Party of Germany, which is what you call the Nazis, and what their political objectives were compared to the parties in the United States today. Because when I make a comparison to the Nazis, to the National Socialists, I do it on an actual basis. Okay? But what's happening in school with these liberals is they are following the practices of Goebbels and trying to brainwash our children in order to usurp the future. So parents, teach your kids at home what the truth really is. Teach them about the Constitution. Read it. It's not a long document. It's available online. It's available for purchase, and you can even get it for free in a lot of places. Little pocket Constitution booklets, stuff like that. The Constitution is out there for everybody to read. And it's written in plain English. It makes sense if you just read it. Learn the Constitution. Learn about reality. Teach that to your kids. Do not allow them to be brainwashed. It's their future and their children's future and their children's future. If you're in your 20s now and you got a little kid about to start school, make sure you know what the Constitution actually says. Use your brain. I'm not saying forget your heart. Okay? Because the difference between a liberal and a conservative, right? A conservative will give you the shirt off his back. A liberal will give you the shirt off somebody else's back. Think about it. Raise your kids right. You don't want to end up being 60 years old with your kids in debt for life and your grandkids in debt more than your lifetime's pay before they're even born. Understand what socialism really is. Understand what communism really is. They're similar but not the same. Okay? Know what's going on. The GE bailout was a socialist move. Obamacare, socialist. Welfare programs, socialist. For your children's future and their children's future and the future of this nation. Understand the true meaning of the Constitution, the true meaning of charity, and do not allow them to be brainwashed. That's it for now. Hello all, welcome to a rainy Buford, Georgia. We're still 120 miles out. Chris had some monster mess traffic to deal with in Atlanta. Got our next load assignments. Going to take us all the way up to the 29th. Dang. Today's the 24th. So, when we get to where we're going, we're gonna bump the dock, wait for the morning crew to show up, get unloaded, get reloaded, head to Memphis, do a drop and hook there, go to Kentucky, Mayfield, do a drop and hook there, head to LA, deliver half a load there on Monday, and deliver the rest in Stockton, California on Tuesday. Wow. So they've got us scheduled out for a bit. Good thing, actually. I like planning ahead, knowing what's going on. Helps me set up my fuel stops, our shift changes, all that other good stuff. I just hope the rain's gone, because it's taking a while to guess. We're probably going to be running across 40, which means the gorge. So if we run across the gorge, I want the weather to be good. So we shall check back in when we get there. We made it! We're in Simpsonville. Backed into the dock. Doors are still closed. It's raining. It's windy. It's cold. What? foot. Thank you. Give me other 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 foot. Other foot. Other foot. There you go. Oh boy. I did not edit up yesterday's video yet. I still got to do that. Let's see. Boy. We got our load assignments. I got to key all that stuff in, edit up yesterday's, edit up today's, get started on tomorrow's. Bunch of stuff to do. Remember, very important, educate your children, educate your grandchildren, nieces, nephews. Don't let the liberal school system destroy their future. Don't let it brainwash them. Don't let it destroy their future. If you enjoyed the video, please share. Questions, comments, always welcome. Click like if you like. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we shall see you tomorrow. Bye. Are you going to say bye? Say bye. Say bye. Bye.